Good day, dear video viewers. This is our first English video that we are filming. Please do not judge hard, just to enjoy. But at the same time, please make and write your comments on what specifications, on what reviews you will be interested in. For example, are you interested in CPU comparison? Are you interested on display comparison? Are you interested in battery or whatever? Just comment it. Or you can make whatever comments you wanted to make, just to make us improve. So, today I have two very good smartphones on my head for its price, but at the same time, these two smartphones has differences and the similarities at the same time. So, on my left-hand side, this is Samsung A53 model, which came in 2022. And on the other hand, I have Redmi 11 Pro, which came at the end of 2021. So, according to the phone users, these two phones are very close to each other. But, again, when somebody wants to buy a phone, it's really up to them to answer just a simple couple of questions. For example, if somebody wants to buy a phone, he or she needs to ask himself or herself, for what reason you're buying this phone? For example, are you buying this phone for video filming or photo shooting or I don't know, whatever reason? Or you wanted to buy another phone for gaming or for better CPU. So if you try to ask these couple of questions, you won't have any problems buying whether one smartphone or another. So, dear video viewers, let's start our reviews on Samsung A53 model and the Redmi Note 11 Pro model. So, let's go. So, dear video viewers, now it's time to unbox and I'll start comparing it with its accessories. So as you can see, Note 11 Pro and the A53 models, the width of the boxes, they differ. So as you can see, this is a bit fat. Not big, it's a lot fat than the Samsung model. So now, what we have it inside, let's check it out. On 11 Pro, we have transparency case, which is pretty cool, but it's cheap in the market. So at least we are getting something extra to our money. And then we have 67 watt USB charger. We have USB itself. So that's pretty cool. And now, what we have it in A53 model. We have just USB cable, nothing else. The USB cable, it's inside of it. So, why do you think Samsung started doing so? I think, and it's 100% sure, I'm sure, that they wanted to make an extra sales by selling the accessories. That's why they started, not only Samsung, the iPhone started also, they wanted to sell the accessories and this is how they wanted to make some profit on it. But Redmi or Xiaomi, they're not doing so. Samsung, for extra $35, you can get USB charger and the case and the screen protector. It's about $35. So that means if you're gonna pay extra $35 on the top for the Samsung, you'll get the same accessories that Redmi has it. So what we have, the next is the dimensions and the width and the height of it. So as you can see, as you can clearly see that the Redmi has bigger display on it. So no doubt, and it feels like much more, not much more, a bit heavier than the Samsung model. So as for me, Redmi has a better design on it, so it looks much more serious, let's put it that way. It looks much more serious, you know, the edges. So the back of it, it's 100% glass and the frames are 100% plastic. But in Samsung, this is all back case, the frame is 100% plastic. So that means this is much more expensive than Redmi has much more expensive look. What else? If we're gonna start talking about its fingerprint system, fingerprint on Samsung, it's on display, all right? But in Redmi, it's on the side. As for me, being on the screen or on the side, that doesn't really matter because it's pretty comfy to use on screen or on the side. So in that case, it's really up to you which model are you gonna choose. So the another difference between two of these like very close models is one has the stereo system and the second one has the mono system. So what do you think, which one? Exactly, both of them has the stereo system. So another difference of these two models, what else we have it? We have it in here, in Samsung, it has Exynos processor. In Redmi, it has Dimensity processor. Two of these processors, they're different from each other. And if you wanted to buy a phone just for gaming and nothing else, I would have suggested you to buy a Redmi because Dimensity processor is much more faster on gaming than the Exynos processor. But if you wanted to use your phone for video and for photo taking, the Exynos processor has much more effective image processing than the Dimensity processor. So, as I said before, it's really up to you, like what for are you gonna use your smartphone. Another difference between of these two phones is the battery of these two models. For example, the Samsung's battery is usually for 5 years. The health would be the same, not the same, or pretty much the same after the 5 years of using it. But as for Redmi, the battery life would be 2 years, up to 2 years. So after 2 years, whether you need to change your phone or the battery. So if you wanted to buy a phone for a longer usage, if you don't want to take your phone to the doctor for a long period of time, I would have suggested you to buy a Samsung's. Plus, let's start comparing cameras of these two phones. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to speak about the megapixels and all of those stuff, but all I wanted to say, Samsung has the video stabilizer. That stabilizer is much more efficient from Redmi's camera. So that means if you have a phone with a stabilizer, that means you have much more expensive phone on your hands, let's put it that way. Another good factor, because it's summer outside, if you wanted to use your phone on the water, on the swimming pools, on the lake, rivers, whatever, A53 model has IP67 on it, so that means a water resistance. But in Redmi, that function we don't have it, so that means you can't use it on the water. Dear video viewers, so this is pretty much the end of our video, and I wanted to give you information about its price. According to the GSM Arena, A53 costs around 300 euros. And for 11 Pro, it costs around 200 euros. So, dear video viewers, what do you think? Again, just try to find the answers for the couple of questions. For what reason you're buying the phone? You wanted to make a good photo shooting with water resistance on it, I would suggest you to buy A53. If you wanted to buy something where the cost meets its quality, and Note 11 Pro. So, it's really up to you, the end of a decision. Please make your comments and do not judge too hard. Thank you very much.